I love coffee. I actually haven't had my daily cup of coffee in about a month now. I quit for, well, a stupid reason, but I don't plan on quitting anymore. Coffee is too good. I arrived in Dublin about a week and a half ago, and most of my housemates haven't arrived yet, and uni hasn't started yet either, so it's just been really quiet, and I've been spending a lot of time just by myself. The other day I went for a walk a couple of hours before sunset, and I saw this food chain called Centra, and apparently they sell vegan sausage rolls. So I went inside, got a sausage roll, and also something called veggies. I thought it was veggies, but it's like chips basically. And then I kept walking until I ended up in St. Patrick's Park, and I just sat on the grass and ate the vegan sausage roll, which by the way is not as good as Greg's sausage roll, and I watched the sunset, and it was just a beautiful moment, not just because of the sunset and the vegan sausage roll, but just because I was spending time by myself, and I hadn't done that in a really long time. Like, I used to do that all the time back when I used to live in Strasbourg, but then I moved to Edinburgh, and I was basically surrounded by people all the time, and I kind of stopped doing things by myself. And when I was in Edinburgh, I met someone who made me feel like being by yourself was a waste of time. I'm not saying that that person said it was a waste of time, but it just made me feel this way. And I really felt like shit, to be honest, because when I was in college, I used to spend so much time just by myself, not dating anyone, not drinking, not going to parties and stuff. And it just felt like I'd wasted so much time, you know? Like, I hadn't lived fully, which is funny because when I was a teenager, I used to have so much creativity, and like I wasn't doing all of those things that teenagers usually do, but I was doing so many different things. Like, I used to go on bike rides and go on huge walks basically every single day, and I used to paint a lot, and I would draw, and it just felt so good, and it didn't feel like I was missing out on anything at the time. But when I was in Edinburgh, I felt really bad about it and started to question like the choices that I made and whether it was the right decision, which is funny, you know, because when I was in Edinburgh, I didn't stop to think for even just 1 second that if I hadn't spent so much time by myself in college, I would not have been able to go to Edinburgh in the first place. Like, I was able to go to Edinburgh because I read books in English, and I listened to audiobooks, and I watched videos on YouTube. And if I hadn't done that, if I had been with people, just dating people and having fun, I probably would not have gotten into Edinburgh in the first place. So instead of having regrets, I should have been grateful. I should have just said, I did the right thing. But back then I couldn't see things that way. And yeah, just spending this week by myself doing stuff like going to the park and eating a sausage roll and going to the beach to watch the sunrise over the Irish Sea, that's made me realize that I love being on my own. Like, I'm not saying that I want to remain alone forever, but this year I'm really hoping to find some kind of balance between being with people, with good people, with people who make me happy, and being by myself and working on improving my skills and yeah, just being my true self. Like, this sounds really stupid, but when I'm by myself, I can just be who I am and not think about if someone's gonna judge me or if someone's gonna say something that's going to upset me. And I really love this feeling, which is also why I'm making videos in a way, because there's so much that I see every day that I wish I could share. I wish I could make a video out of and just make it look beautiful and let other people see it as well. But can't film much when I'm with other people. So yeah, life is just beautiful. The sunrise was beautiful. It's really cold. Like, this coffee is really good, but it's cold. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go home now.